All right. First things first, Zachary. When you're doing the toss, once you get to the varsity level, there's really no need to point in the direction the teams are going to be starting. It's really not that big of a deal, but just kind of keep that in mind. Um, Once the teams are already facing their basket, they should by that level know which direction they're going. So you can kind of get rid of that if you want. It's like I said, it's not a big deal. One thing I will say is slow yourself down before the toss. Okay, in other words, what I'm trying to say here is when you see the clip, like literally when you walk up to the players, the ball is tossed. So make sure the players are ready, make sure all the players are established, then toss the ball. Another thing I'm going to say is do not have the whistle in your mouth during the toss. I've seen it firsthand. One of my partner's teeth got knocked in because he had his whistle in his mouth during the toss, and the player got the official in the mouth with his elbow on the way up. So you definitely don't want to have your whistle in your mouth. Just blow it, drop it, toss it. Okay, another thing that I noticed when you toss the ball, there's plenty of time for you to get in the position, but as the trail in a two-man crew, it is your responsibility to make sure that the possession arrow is pointing in the right direction. And I did not see you look at the table at all after the toss, so make sure you take care of that. That's one of your responsibilities. In a three-man crew, that would be the U2's responsibility to make sure that the possession arrow is facing the right way. But again, in a two-man crew, you as the tossing official, it's your responsibility to make sure that the possession arrow is pointing in the correct direction. Okay, one more thing, Zachary. When you're the trailing official in a two-man crew, remember you have a lot of floor to cover between the two of you. Okay, and so right here you see one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine players in the paint or around the paint, and you've got one player on the perimeter. So you, as a trailing official, step down within the 28-foot line to help your lead with rebounding fouls. All right, I'm going to stop it right here. Eli, what I'm seeing right here is you're doing the two hands walled up signal. Do not do that in a high school game, especially in a JV game. This is a men's college mechanic only. And the reason I say don't do it, especially in a high school game, is because in a two-man crew or a three-man crew, if you have the walled up signal and one of your partners has a foul, one, it's going to make you look silly, and two, it's going to make your crew lose credibility. So don't do the walled up signal in high school. All right, I'm going to stop it here again. Eli, so this is one of those situations where they talk about let the play start, develop, and finish. Okay, and I'm only saying this now because I've already seen this game and I know the outcome. Obviously, White is the much better team. It's hard for you to know that this early in the game. However, there's minimal contact here, and I'm even going to play it back for you in slow mo. It's really hard to see what you saw on this play from the angle of the camera, so I'm not really arguing the call. However, because like I said, there is minimal contact. This is one of those plays where you let it start, develop, and finish. Don't have such a quick whistle on it, and then you've got plenty of time to decide. Okay, I need to put a whistle on this, or I'm just going to play on. And of course, if this was in the fourth quarter, and you have this play, if White is up by 20 points, I would hope that you would pass on this. And again, it's kind of hard to say what you saw here based on the angle of the camera. But like I just said, make sure you're just a little bit more patient on your whistle. Okay, let it start, develop, and finish. I'm gonna let you play it. I'm gonna play it again here in slow mo so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There's kind of hardly any contact while the player is going up and while the player is coming down. So just be aware of that. I'm going to stop it right here. Great backcourt violation, Zachary. But one of Tony's pet peeves is not putting the ball in play where it should. So when you called the violation, where was the ball and where did you guys inbound it? Okay, make sure you guys are aware of that at all times. Put the ball in play where it should be in play. Okay, right here, remember I'm breaking down film, so I'm going to nitpick. The first thing you're going to do, good violation, but stop the clock. Get your hand up, open hand, stop the clock, and then point in the direction that the ball is going to go. Okay? Pointing at the violation or pointing at the ground where he stepped over the line, that's not a mechanic. So just make sure you stop the clock first. Okay, same thing here, Zachary. Anytime you guys have a violation, an out of bounds play, a foul, make sure you guys are stopping the clock. That's one of the point of emphasis, this year, last year, and for the next 2 years is make sure we're stopping the clock, whether it be a foul, closed fist, or a violation, open hand. Don't just point at the violation. Secondly, Zachary, when you make this call, you're like way on the other side of the court. So make sure you're in a good position to make those calls so that it gives you more credibility on the floor. Okay, it's really hard to see and make a call being 20 or 30 feet away. Okay, this may be the 5 second violation you were talking about. Was it a 5 second violation? Yes, I think your count is maybe just a little bit too fast. You started counting right at 5:48. By the time you blew your whistle, it was at 5:43. So yeah, 5 seconds, sure. But look at this score. It's 18-0. Now we're talking about game management. Okay, just give yourself a little bit more time, whether it's another half second or a full second. You know, let them get the ball in bounds. They're already struggling to advance the ball past midcourt. So just kind of use game management here in a situation like this. Okay, great foul call right here. Obvious foul, got to get it. Doesn't matter the score. This has nothing to do with game management. But when you get a foul like this, okay, especially when we're talking about game management, black is down by a lot. Maybe they're fouling now out of frustration. Dead ball officiating is going to be key. Okay, so don't get in a hurry to blow the whistle and then go report your foul. Pause. Okay, whenever you guys blow the whistle, anytime there's a dead ball situation, it's your time. So use that time to dead ball officiate. Make sure there's no, extracurricular activity going on, and just pace yourself. Okay, don't rush yourself.